Hey y'all, it's your girl Nida and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have got a bop or flop review, and today's review is going to be on the Patrick Starrr One Size Beauty Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. So this primer retails for $30. I got mine from Sephora. I will leave a link down below in the description box for this primer. I love a blurring primer, so this is like right up my alley in terms of what it's marketed to do, which is to blur your pores, and I love that. Blurring primers are like my jam. I love the e.l.f. No Pore Putty Primer, as well as the Touch in Soul No Pore Blem Primer. Those are two of my favorite primers. Like anything that just makes your face look like a living filter, I'm down for that. Here's what the primer claims it will do. It is a blurring mattifying primer that minimizes look of pores, visibly evens texture, and controls shine while gripping makeup for all day wear. Oh, okay, so this is supposed to grab your makeup and keep it on your face, which I like that. I like that. Some of the highlighted ingredients are niacinamide, which minimizes the appearance of pores, fine lines, and texture and helps address shine. Witch hazel, which visibly tightens pores, and glycerin minimizes the appearance of pores, fine lines, and texture and helps address shine. So there are two ingredients here that I'm kind of like about. Witch hazel and glycerin. Glycerin can tend to dry out your skin. Witch hazel also tends to dry out your skin. I used to use witch hazel on its own as a toner until I realized like my skin was just looking really dry. One, I was still breaking out. I was still having breakouts. I was still having issues with my skin, and once I removed witch hazel, my skin ended up doing better without it. So I'm just a little worried, just a little worried, because witch hazel and me are not friends, but I wanted to try this out in case anybody watching this video doesn't mind witch hazel and would like to try this primer. This is what I'm here for. I buy it and try it so you don't have to. Especially if it's a flop, then you really don't have to. So it says that this is great for normal, oily, dry, and combination skin, which I'm like, oh, that's great. I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about this on YouTube, so this for me will be like complete, like, who else is talking about this? That's not a thing. So here's what the packaging looks like. It fits very much in theme with the One Size Beauty pink and red theme that Patrick Starrr has going on here. I have one other Patrick Starrr product. I actually have two other. I have the blurring setting powder. Man, everything about this line is like blurring this and blurring that. I have the blurring setting powder that I did a bop or flop review on last year, probably last fall. I'll leave an eye above for that. And I also picked up the powder foundation, which if anybody watched my video earlier this week, then you know I've already tangled with a powder foundation. And even though I really wanted to do the Patrick Starrr one review today, I was kind of like, I'm gonna need some time before I sit down with another powder foundation. So that'll probably be a video next week, either Wednesday or Saturday, one of the two. But I'll leave an eye above for that review, my Beauty Creations powder foundation review. Yeah, I don't know if powder foundations are for your girl yet. I don't know. This might be like tinted moisturizers. I'm not a tinted moisturizer person, so we'll see. So it's just a bottle. You get 35 milliliters, 1.2 fluid ounces of product, which is a good amount. It's a pretty good amount, especially this is for $30. So hopefully it's worth $30, because we all know there are products out there that are very expensive and not worth the money, not worth the hype. But I don't know, either I'm living under a rock or I just haven't really heard anybody talk about this. And it came out maybe about like late April, early May, and I've heard like no one talk about this. So I'm bringing it to y'all. We don't talk about allergies. So no eyebrows on, because normally when I put on my primer, I don't have my eyebrows on. So also I'm going to be filming a review on an eyebrow product. So I was like, this is the perfect time to multitask, to get things done. So let's squeeze some out. Okay, it comes out the tube like any other like blurring primer, kind of like that milky white look. It's a little hard to squeeze this tube, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish this came like how the Rare Beauty primer is. I wish this came with a pump, like in a bottle. Like, I think this one was like 19 and this is the smaller size. I kind of feel like he should have put it in a bottle with a pump. At this point in the makeup world, we should all these companies should be putting things in bottles with pumps. Primers, foundations. No more of these squeeze bottles, because I'm not gonna lie, thinking from an ergonomic standpoint, I feel like squeezing that, it was hard to squeeze. I feel like this, if someone who had like arthritis or something, they would have trouble squeezing that. So pumps, people, pumps. So let's go in on the cheeks. It feels pretty good. That didn't really spread very far, and I thought I put quite a bit on my hands, but fingers, I guess I didn't. You know how like there's some primers that just go far, like you can put a little bit on and they really spread. This one doesn't spread as far as I expected, and it dries down kind of quickly because I just kind of put like a little smidge over here as I was rubbing my forehead, and this like completely dried down in the time it took me just to rub my forehead a little bit. So but yeah, and I think because it dries down kind of quickly, it doesn't really give you a lot of time to work with it. But I mean, it's a primer. If you need more, you put on more, so it's not too bad. Well, for sure, this does mattify. My skin looks matte. I put a little on my eyelids, and they look matte. That just kind of soaked up a little bit of the oil that was on there. I have oily eyelids. Like, of all the places to be oily on my face, my eyelids is the place where I'm oily. So, pores are looking pretty blurred, especially on this side of my face. I did a really good job over here. Over here, my pores are a little larger, so they're still very much visible, but blurred. Not bad, not bad. Face feels very matte. Very matte, a little dry. Like, my face feels just a teeny bit dry, just a little tight, which is very odd because I moisturized very well before I sat down. But it's not uncomfortable, so it's fine. And it is a mattifying primer, so it is going to make your face feel just a little dry. Other than that, it doesn't look bad. So yeah, I'm going to put on my foundation. For foundation today, I'm going to be mixing my Rare Beauty foundation with my Morphe foundation. I'm going to be mixing Morphe Filter Effect foundation in shade Filter 26 with the Rare Beauty foundation in the shade 460W. Face is good, but it also looks like, my face also looks how it normally would look. Like, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, well, I mean, this is nice, but I'm not seeing any more blurring than what I would get wearing my No Problem primer or anything like that. So it's kind of like, okay. I mean, it feels pretty good. It doesn't, my face doesn't look any different than, say, if I were to wear any other blurring primer. So yeah, but I mean, it feels good under my foundation. I'm gonna do a wear test to see like how it holds up under my foundation. Does it extend the life of this foundation? At this point, I know exactly how long these two foundations last on their own and combined because I've worn them quite a few times mixed. I think this is probably like the fifth or this is probably anywhere between the 15th to 20th time I've worn these two foundations mixed since getting them. So yeah, I will be back once I finish. Okay, face is done. Makeup was officially on and done around 5:30. It's now 5:59. First thoughts. My face looks about how it would normally look. I have a crease right here, pretty par for the course. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything super amazing. My face does feel a little dry, but it did say that this is a mattifying primer. But normally mattifying primers just make your face, you know, mattifies your makeup, keeps your face matte, but it's not supposed to be drying. My face feels a little dry, and it kind of looks a little dry when I look in the mirror. But other than that, it's okay. I'm not seeing anything revolutionary right now, so let's see. Maybe this will come through in terms of long lasting. Zoom you guys in so you can kind of get a closer look at my face and see what you see how it looks. But that's how the face is looking. Not looking bad, looking how it normally does. Very flawless foundation, Nida. So yeah, we're gonna wear test it and see how it holds up. See y'all in a little bit. Okay guys, so it is 5:05 a.m. It has been 11 hours. I've had this face on for 11 hours because I wanted to just see if this primer would hold up any better than any other primer that I've used or any other blurring primer. So I can see my pores completely. My foundation and my face looks about how it would normally look by this time of night, honestly. It looks just about how I normally would look. All the foundation on my nose has disappeared for what reason, I don't know. As you guys remember, I mixed the Morphine Filter Effect foundation and the Rare Beauty foundation together. I've done this mix a lot, very often. So yeah, I'm not seeing what's so great about this primer that's like makes it better than any other primer, any other blurring primer on the market. Like this did what any other primer would do. My e.l.f. putty primer does this, you know, and for cheaper because this primer is $30. So it's not a flop in terms of it did what it was supposed to do. It looks pretty good, so it's a bop in that aspect, but it wasn't revolutionary. It didn't do something like amazing in comparison to the other blurring primers out there on the market. Like I feel like the e.l.f. putty primer did the same thing, and after the same amount of time it looked about the same. But I will say this primer, I don't know why, but my foundation has worn down, like just completely come off of places that it normally wouldn't. Like by this point, yeah, the foundation on my nose would be gone, but usually the foundation on my cheeks would be pretty, maybe it'd still be going strong, but it's like practically gone over here, like right on this area of my cheek, and I'm not sure as to why it creased a heck of a whole lot, which makes sense. I've been talking, I've been eating, I've been drinking. Like it creasing is pretty normal, but all the foundation on my nose is just gone. Like disappeared. There's like nothing there except for some oil. So outside of that, my face looks about how it normally would look 11 hours later. So here I am thinking, oh, this foundation's gonna, here this foundation comes and I'm like, okay, well, what are you offering that 15 other foundations on the market are not offering? And this just did the same thing, only for $30. I could say a comparable dupe for this would be the Touch and Soul No Problem primer. That'd be a dupe for this, and the e.l.f. putty primer. The e.l.f. putty primer, I would say, essentially does the same thing. But yeah. Also, the the XX Revolution Cloud Primer is another one that essentially does the same thing. I have a review on that for my channel. I'll leave an eye above for that. The XX Revolution one and the e.l.f. one are literal drugstore, and you can get them from Ulta or for e.l.f. Target or Walmart. Does the same thing, significantly cheaper than $30. Significantly cheaper than $30. The Touch in Sol one I think is like $20. So it's like $10 less, but they all do the same thing as this primer. So yeah, it's a bop in that it worked. If you are someone who likes One Size Beauty and you like to try this out, it's definitely a bop. It's a good primer. It's, you know, it's decent. If you are someone who's like, I don't need to spend $30 on one primer, by all means, you do not need to get this. It's an okay primer, but it's not like amazing. So it's a bop in that it's good. It's okay. It's not bad. But I'm not gonna lie, for $30, I'm like, I expected just a little bit more. So yeah, I think I might take this back to Sephora, because if it does what my e.l.f. Putty Primer and my Touch in Sol primer does, and the XX Revolution Cloud Primer, and I still have all of those, then I don't need another primer that does the same thing. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will leave links to all the products used in today's video down in the description box, as well as links to all my social media. Make sure to follow your girl on Instagram, Twitter, as well as the Facebook page for this channel. Make sure to hit the bell down below so that way you can always be notified whenever I upload. Your girl's uploading on Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday at 7 p. EST and Saturday at 3:30 p. EST. And yeah, I'll see you on my next one. Bye.